You guys may or may have not noticed. I re-uploaded videos that go back about 15 years. I mean, if you're going to upload a video, you might as well be proud of it. Some of them I didn't re-upload because I think they're too risky. I don't think YouTube can handle it. You know, some of those. Back before the day where they flagged videos because people said things that offended other people. Some of those videos got flagged back in the day. You got TOS, Pink Slip, a couple of those that destroy your channel. So I still have those on my channel, but they're not going up because I don't think that people can handle the truth, and I also don't think they can handle strong opinions, because we all know that opinions aren't truth, except for within ourselves. For me, I'm grateful that I've met all these people. That includes everybody from every side. DoorDash Revolution all the way to Flex. I know this is going to be hard to swallow. And I don't blame you. It is going to be hard to swallow. Most of you won't get it, won't believe it. I expect that, and that comes with this territory. You're not going to believe it. You're not going to expect it. You're not going to take it in. You're not supposed to. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to say it. And what I'm saying is that without all these people on the left and the right, in the middle, trolls, everything there, you're not going to have this community. This community thrives on one person running the pack of one side and another person running the pack of another side, and those two are not supposed to get along. If they did get along, it wouldn't be any fun. There would be no entertainment. There would be no drama. There would be nothing to discuss, because it's like they said about God. Well, it's what I said about God. There would be no God if there wasn't a devil. And there'd be no devil if there wasn't a God. How can you have one without the other? If there was only God, there would be no devil. You have to have good and evil, or life doesn't exist. We're always fighting off one or the other. Depends on which side you're on. So when you got people like Flex and the people that believe in what Flex does, says, and supports, and the people that make money because Flex supports them, why would they not literally agree with everything that he says? He's helping them out. And then you have people on the other side of the fence that do their own thing and disagree with most, if not all, of what Flex says. And those are the people on the other side that I happen to agree with, because Flex is very clearly a content creator that thrives on only one thing: chilling. Just so as long as he's chilling with people that are chilling with him. Once you don't chill with him, there are some repercussions for that, clearly. Whether it's what you say, what you believe. Most of the people that talk to Flex in his lounge, most of the people that subscribe to his channel, realize that there's a theme. If you agree with him, you're in good shape. And if you don't, you're in bad shape. Now, he would say something like, that's bullshit. You're a drama queen. You're a bad person. You don't understand. You're just provoking. Well, I don't see where Flex is any different. Flex happens to have the same mentality as all the people on both sides. He fights back, he promotes, and that's what got his channel to where it is. He certainly does not have the ability to understand or listen to the other side. If he did, he'd play those videos back. The only ones he plays back is the ones he disagrees with. So we all rode this ride. We all been on that carpet ride. And it's fine, because, hey, that man has a right to his thoughts, his ability to think. And we know what he thinks. He thinks anybody that disagrees with him or says anything that is opposite of what he thinks and believes is wrong. And my entire existence here on YouTube has been completely involved with that. All these people on YouTube have these different mentalities, but they also have their cliques, their circles. The people that respect a certain member of their herd that cannot be disrupted. And if it is disrupted, they get upset. And they defend the leader of that herd. I get that. I actually respect that, by the way. It's like in high school. When you were in high school, and there was that one guy that was popular, that one guy that was popular was a very good guy to be friends with. It made your life easy. You didn't have to worry about things so much. Because if you got attacked by somebody in high school, whether it was bullying or whatever, the leader of the herd would protect you. Because he would send out the rest of the sheep to protect you. Even if you fucked up. As long as it wasn't against the herd. Because even Flex knows everybody makes mistakes. Everybody says things that are wrong. Everybody says things that, are their opinion. They have a bad night. And the leader of the herd understands these things. He's very involved with the mentality and the psyche of other people. And, you kind of got to respect Flex for that a little bit. He kind of gets it. As long as his panel, his subscribers, his followers, his people, as long as they follow along, they're fine and they're going to be protected. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if that's the life that you're going to lead, to where you need protection, you need somebody to make you understood as, if you fuck with me, you got to fuck with these guys. But see, that's where I changed. That's where I was different. Back in 2005, mostly 2007, 2013 is where I really started waking up and realized that it's not about the person that's going to protect you. It's about how you're going to protect yourself. When you protect yourself, that's what it really matters. That's when shit happens. If you need somebody else's justification to be heard, if you need their justification to be validated, I mean, what are you getting justified for? For agreeing with them to begin with? You feel what I'm saying? It's like, take a minute of the day and say, am I doing this because it's the right thing to do, or am I doing this because it's what I believe in? Because at the end of the day, people are going to see right through you. They're going to understand where you're coming from. And they're going to see who your friends are. And all the things that you do to keep those friends. And when you keep those friends, even knowing that you go off to the side and say you don't, we see all that. We've seen this for years. It's been decades. So don't expect somebody like me to understand or believe in what Flex is doing. I don't really agree with much of anything that's going on YouTube right now in the gay community. I just don't. Because there are so many positive channels out there that just really release some positive energy on DoorDash. On all the gig apps. They just release a lot of positive energy. They don't have to bust anybody's balls to do it. One of my favorites is Brash Dasher. And the DoorDash Revolution. They're out there just pumping it out, just making it work, making it happen, and trying to share some good stuff with you. DoorDash Revolution, unfortunately, is a little bit like me, and that he got involved with things like the lounge or the drama, and I don't think that the DoorDash Revolution is really into the drama. I think he wants to avoid it. That's just my opinion. I believe that about him. Me, however, I could give a fuck. I really don't care what people think about me. I really don't care. I like the drama from time to time. I just like to call out people that try to make it seem like it's, if you're not with us, then you're nobody. And that's the lounge. If you're not with us, then you're nobody. You see, that's not a DoorDash statement. That's not a message on dashing. That's a message on humanity. That's a message on your fellow YouTubers, the people that watch you. That's a message to them that if they don't follow line, if they don't stay in line, if they don't keep in those ropes, that they're going to be called out and they're going to be butchered, with words or worse. I don't know. Whatever it is that, every other day I see Flex come up with some kind of weird title for his videos. He can't even say my name right, which is funny because that's what he got on me for, was not saying one of his friends' names right. But now he on purpose calls me by the wrong channel name. So, do two wrongs make a right? And that's the mentality that we have on YouTube with all these creators. They believe, they say, and they exercise the right to call things out wrong in order to justify themselves as, powerful and extremely heard. And, I think the biggest problem is when they started getting paid by AdSense. When they get paid by AdSense, their only goal, in my opinion, because I've seen this so many times, is to keep the views going. It's to keep the money coming in. Because, they can say whatever they want about DoorDash or Grubhub or Uber Eats or Instacart, shop and deliver. They can run the roost and say how great it is or how bad it is, but at the end of the day, they're getting paid to make the video. So what difference does it make if they get a bad order? Why would they care about a bad order? That's what I thought was funny about this when I first got the listing. I'm like, you're running ads. Is anybody really supposed to pay that close of attention to what a man says about any of these gig apps when he's running ads on YouTube? He's going to get paid one way or the other. He doesn't have to worry about, maybe even going into work tomorrow, running those deliveries. Why would he? Because if he gets involved enough with somebody else on YouTube, he's going to get paid at the end of the month. And even if it's like $300-400, that's $300 or $400. To most of us, that's like 2-3 days pay on DoorDash. Sometimes one day, depending on your market, depending on your channel, depending on your ability. So when you listen to people that are making money off of drama, you got to ask yourself, well, that's pretty convenient, isn't it? Because the guys that aren't making money on YouTube and just speaking their mind, what are they getting out of it? Well, they're just speaking their mind. They're trying to get feedback. I've attacked the lounge ridiculously a lot over the past, few months. But why? Am I getting paid for it? No. Clearly not. I never will. But it's real. It's heartfelt. I see a problem there. But when Lounge attacks me, they're getting paid for it. Just put it together. I really don't think it's a matter of opinion. I think it's a matter of fact. When you get paid for the drama, what is there anybody out there that sees this for what it is? When you get paid for the drama? No. I would assume not. And if you don't, I hope you do now. Now, am I saying that Flex is a bad guy? No. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm not that. No, not at all. I've had guys that I've worked with that were way worse than Flex. Like W-2 stuff. Just complete ass wipes. Just kissing the boss's ass and following the other employees to make sure they got their 40 hours and they could go home without all the stress. They didn't want to take the job home. The funny thing is here, all these guys in the lounge they're not only taking their job home, but they're bringing it to you live. And most of them are complaining about the job in some way or talking about the job in some way. I'm like, that's interesting because they always divert from the job and go to the people that don't agree with them about the job, which kind of reminds me of a W-2. So when you go to the Monkey Spunk team, and I'm not saying that disfiguratively, I'm really not. The Monkey Spunk team, to me, if you look it up on YouTube, the Monkey Spunk is a natural, organic thing. It's when a bunch of monkeys are masturbating, and when they orgasm, they eat their own orgasm. Monkey Spunk. It's not a derogatory statement. It's a natural, organic thing. It's all over YouTube. You can look it up, Monkey Spunk, and you'll see the monkeys doing it in the zoos. And that's what I see with the lounge. They're just organically orgasming, and it's kind of like you got to join into that to be a part of it. And honestly, I mean, if I was going to, organically orgasm, I wouldn't do it in any sort of clip. I would just do it privately, because you would think most people would see that. I did. I don't know if you guys did, but I did. And when you got Hot Facts with Robert Reese being butchered by the lounge, mostly Mr. Flex, and I'm like, you see, Hot Facts with Robert Reese actually is a news channel. The problem is he's covering the news from the lounge. That's why his news is failing, because he's covering the lounge. He needs to cover things that are relevant. And when he does that, he's going to be popping. Because he's got a real personality, this Hot Facts with Robert Reese. The problem is he's covering the wrong story. You see, it's not that Hot Facts with Robert Reese is fake news. He's just covering fake news with the lounge. I hope you find this, Robert Reese. I'm going to tag you in this. I'm also going to tag the DoorDash Revolution. I just wanted you guys to hear my final thoughts on this subject, because it's like I redid all the videos that I did. I brought them all back up. I'm not hiding from anybody, man. I've worked so many years to put that stuff up. I've even got podcasts from people on my last segment over a decade ago. Podcasts where I was able to call them on the phone because everybody gave me their phone numbers, which I never shared. And I called them live, and I posted those. They're on my channel right now. If you want to look at them, that's fine. They're up. They're public. I'm a little disappointed in the lounge because the lounge is so basic. It's so organically wrong. And what I mean by organically wrong is if you have to be a part of it to be accepted, that's just wrong. You should be able to be objective and disagree and be accepted. I mean, isn't that an intelligible conversation to have versus this, when you get in a lounge? So I want to give a shout out to Hot Facts with Robert Reese and the DoorDash Revolution. And if you guys have a hot minute, the Brash Dasher is exactly what the people that I agree with or I think are positive would enjoy. If you want to check it out, it's very positive. It's very cool. This guy is smooth, and he doesn't talk about anybody. He just does the job, and he takes you along for the ride. He's like the new age. He's what I wish I could have done, to be honest with you. The Brash Dasher. He's what I wish I could have done. He barely edits at all. Editing is for people that are lacking in the ability to just speak. Because when you have to edit, that means what you're saying isn't important enough. You got to put some flash to it. So, anyways, that's it for now. But there'll be more later. I'm gonna continue down this path because I think there's a lot to be talked about here. So, with that said, I want to say that hey, you know what? Most of you are just the bomb. You know, good people. We're all fighting to have an existence on this website or this platform. So keep it up. It takes all of us, man. There's not one person in here that's wrong. And we're all right. Just got to figure out what's right you want to be. Torp out.